greasy woman Spears, for sure.
Excuse me. Did you see
There's
the
free
t-shirt?
water upstairs.
I hear Adriana's walking.
I brought some tissues in case it was emotional.
Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. The levels. Good evening. I am Juanqui, and welcome to my world. It's a cornucopia of stuff, and tonight you are getting a pre-recorded because I'm somewhere in the Atlantic or Pacific. No, Pacific is over there. I think I'm gonna be in the Caribbean Ocean. Hopefully I was able to come through earlier this afternoon, but if not, here is today's video. Before I get to this, it's somebody asking for advice in the men's corner. Please don't forget to hit that like. All right, it really helps us content creators out, and it's free. It's free, and if it's free, it's for all of us. Okay. All right. So the poster goes. So my friend, for the first time in a long time now, not sure what to do. I thought it was going to be a light-hearted meetup, but he started talking about how he got divorced, due to drugs and prostitution. I was hurt and shocked. On the other hand, I feel bad for his ex-wife. But on the other hand, what he does in his personal life is kind of none of my business. And we've been friends a long time, and maybe he needs a friend right now. I'm concerned because my mom started talking about revenge STDs. Wait, what? I'm concerned because my mom started talking about revenge STDs and that maybe he could have tried to give me something by drinking out of my water bottle. What kind of Mormon religion? Okay, let's continue. Let's take it again. I'm concerned because my mom started talking about revenge STDs and that maybe he could have tried to give me something by drinking out of my water bottle, and that sometimes misery loves company. Well, that is true. Misery does love company. And that I barely escaped his friendship last time and asking what my draw is to him and stuff. Oh, okay. This is a young person. I can see this is somebody in their mid-20s. Okay. She says, am I overreacting? And she came back and did a little edit, and it says, sorry guys. I was pressed for time, so I couldn't include much detail in the post. I see how the jumping around sounds insane, but I promise there's a lot of background history that will make it all make sense. Side note, then why the hell don't you put it in there? How do you want us to give you advice on your life and you're not providing all the key elements? Let's get back to the text. She goes to say, jumping around sounds insane, but I promise there's a lot of background history that will make it all make sense. I think my mom's pointing that I need this person to go to college and take a few writing courses. That's when you should be coming out here to the men's board to ask the men what college you should go to and how many courses of writing you should be taking. But I digress. Back to the text. I think my mom's, that's an apostrophe. My mom's point was that if he does all this crazy stuff and lies, who knows what else he'll do type of thing. All right, let's see what somebody says. Somebody says, revenge STDs from a water bottle is one of the dullest things I've ever seen on here in a while. Please don't listen to your mother. Listen to your friend. If you don't like what he's saying, trust yourself. Absolutely. I agree with that. Somebody says, you met with an old friend who got divorced and now you think he gave you revenge STD by drinking from a water bottle? Does that sound like an overreaction to you? P.S. The only way he could give you that STD is if he had open sores on his mouth. But why is this guy suddenly this evil guy just because he got divorced? Somebody says, LMFAO. Maybe your mom is confusing AIDS cocktail with a drink instead of a series of medications. Somebody says, is this a troll post? This is a troll post, right? You can't get STDs from drinking out of a water bottle. Somebody says, first of all, why wouldn't you be hurt by his actions when they had zero effect? Oh God, this person. Let me construct a sentence for this person. First of all, why would you be hurt by his actions when they had zero effect on you? And why would he want to get revenge on you? Everything you felt and wrote is gross and an overreaction. So my piece of advice to this young girl, move on. You clearly do not have the qualifications, the traits, or the je ne sais quoi inside of you to be a good supportive friend. And the sooner you disappear from this friend, and I use that term loosely, the sooner you disappear from his orbit, the faster he'll be able to get to somewhere where he can start healing and he can develop meaningful relationships. You're not a meaningful relationship. You're not a meaningful relationship. You are... there's so many words that I can say, but I'm trying to keep the video under 10 minutes, and we are 9 minutes and 47 seconds. So with that said, I just want to say, move on, girl, move on. You're coming from a place of a lot of judgment and a lot of bias already. Okay, you haven't been that connected with him in some time, so this reconnection, and then you don't have any empathy or sympathy for what he's going through. Yes, okay, maybe he was a cracked out, prostitute buying, adulterist who created and caused the destruction and the demise of his marriage. But at the same time, wasn't he supposed to be your friend, and he's confiding in you? And perhaps, at some point he's gonna learn the mistakes that he made. Maybe he just needed a listening ear, a non-judgmental listening ear to, get a few things off his chest. Clearly, you painted yourself as somebody who was capable of being a listening ear without judgment, and you're not. Give it up. The sooner you guys get off each other's orbits, the better you can go about your business and do whatever you want to do. Everybody don't got to be friends, and you don't got to have a friendship or a connection where everybody you come up with or come across with or work with or whatever. All right. Friends, true acquaintances, those are far and few in between. You're going to come across a bunch more people that are just like you. With that said, I want to thank you for coming through. We do this every single night. Even if I am in international waters right now, you better come through tomorrow, because there will be another video waiting for you here. And how do you know when I'm going to come through? you gotta subscribe and hit that bell so that you know when I come through. All right. I want to see you guys tomorrow. Peace.